What's up guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Luke Embers and I'm a professional fire dancer in Chicago. Right now we are in the middle of winter, and while shows have gone down in volume, it's still important that I continue to refine my craft and continue to make a really good experience for my clients. That said, I did a lot of Black Friday shopping. I've got a bunch of equipment here, from speakers to microphones and a table and setup. I was planning to test these out today and I thought, why not bring you along with me? So if you're ready, let's do this. All right, so we are officially at the studio. Now this place is called Hokulea Academy of Polynesian Arts, and this is actually the place where I first learned how to do fire dancing. This is an academy based in the northwest side of Chicago, where they teach all sorts of Polynesian arts and dance, from the Hawaiian hula to the ori tahiti and the siva Samoa, or the dance of Samoa, including the fire knife dance. And so my dance instructor was graceful enough to let me use the studio space today, so shout out to him. But this is essentially the space that we're gonna be using, and the reason why I wanted this place in particular is because I can be as loud as I want here and have the privacy that I kind of would prefer when first setting stuff up like this. We have our stuff here. We're going to unload, start unpacking, and while we're doing this, I'm gonna help share with you a little bit of what I got and what everything is used for. So let's jump right to it. All right, so we are officially set up with the new system. Check it out. So when it comes to my performances, a lot of people think that it's just fire dancing and me doing it to cool music and stuff, but I'm actually trying to build out a holistic show by incorporating show hosting and emceeing and audience interaction. So my original setup was just a JBL speaker, which is what I have here. This was my old JBL Party Box 320, I think it's called. But essentially, I just had myself set up to that speaker, and I had a handheld microphone, which, you know what, it worked for what it was, but I was having a really bad issue where whenever I needed it to go higher in volume, I would get so much feedback and it'd be super staticky and just unclear. And I was doing some research and I realized that the Party Box was actually for your average backyard party or gathering. And it has microphones, but they're not really that strong, and they're really more for just karaoke. So after realizing this, which was kind of dumb because I probably should have figured that out at first, but here we go. I realized I needed a more professional sound system that had a full-on audio system that I could use to project to hundreds of people in a big or medium-sized area. So I ended up getting the JBL Eon 700. And this was really great because I snagged it for a good Black Friday deal, more than $100 off. So in addition to that, I also want to make sure that my shows are very professional, that they're clean and organized. So I ended up buying some things just to make it more presentable. I ended up buying this cool 4-foot foldable table that was on Amazon, pretty cheap, and then I just bought a very cheap tablecloth that had my logo on it, and it turned out really well, and I really like the black, and it's just so much more presentable versus originally me just having my speaker on the ground and my stuff like on the side. It's good because I can actually hide things in the back or underneath the table, like my bag right there. Next, I also have the JBL Party Box wireless microphones. These are great because these are a good like secondary mic in the event that my main microphone is cuts out for any reason, I can just pick it up and start talking to it. There have been situations plenty of times where my mic goes out for whatever reason, and it's always good to have a secondary mic. So that's why I have those, and they're wireless, easy to use, and great distance. But my main microphone is actually this Shure BLX4, and this is my main microphone that I have attached. It's a wireless microphone that I put in my pocket, and then I connect it to a ear microphone that has a single wire. Pretty hidden and gets out of the way, especially when I'm dancing. I need something that can keep my hands free, because like I said before, I would use a wired mic where I would talk. So just imagine me like trying to hold my fire knife while trying to talk through the microphone, while trying to put out the fire. Wasn't that organized or pretty, so it's nice to have both hands ready so I can just kind of do what I need to do while talking. This bad boy is a DMX system. DMX is essentially like a control system for lights and sound effects for DJs that they typically use, or for high-end productions on stages. This is a very, very, very basic one that I'm not really gonna use today, but I just have it here because it was in my bag. But probably in future videos, I'm gonna go over how I'm starting to use special effects like sparklers and flamethrowers and lights to make my show more immersive. So that's just there for show right now. Back here, I have a Jackery portable battery. Right now, I'm just using the wall battery. In the event where I'm outside or away from some source of power, it's nice to have a wireless battery. I can just use it essentially everywhere, and I don't have a bunch of cables running around the floor. This is kind of the setup right now. And then normally I'd have my fire knife bags probably back here or hidden under the table, but this is more just for a demo of the sound system, making sure that it works and works well. So I think it looks pretty good, you know? Definitely more clean, especially with the tablecloth. It looks nice, and then very simple, minimal layout. I can also put cards and info on here too for people to grab or come up to me and talk. And I also do have a sign, a banner. It's a sandwich banner, so like it folds to the side, but it's kind of bulky. So I really want to invest in those foldable or those retractable banners that go up like that. So it's pretty portable, and I can bring it anywhere with minimal space. Yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at with my show, and I've been having these crazy audio problems with my speaker, so that's why I wanted to get a new speaker. I brought the old one just because I wanted to compare the two and give you an idea of what that audio was sounding like, because it was pretty bad. So I just want to test that out and do the comparison, and then try to do some music, try to do some dancing, and then also figure out how to control it from my phone too. Let's test out this audio, let's test out the system, see how it sounds, and then I'll let you be the judge of which one sounds better. I'll share with you my own opinion, and hopefully this is the system to stay for the next however many years. So let me first show you the JBL Party Box audio, and then we'll move to the JBL Eon 700. So here's the audio for the JBL Party Box. It sounds fine now, but it just feels very, very muffled, and especially on higher volumes. Right now we're in the studio, so it doesn't sound as horrible because there's a lot of echo, so kind of all the sound stays trapped. But if we're outside or in a wide open space, then this is where it really it starts crackling a lot. And this isn't even full volume. Let's see what full volume is like. Man, that sounds creepy. But yeah, so like it gets, you hear how it sounds, like it gets super scratchy when it gets super loud. And that's the type of audio that I was facing when doing shows. And I don't know if you can actually hear me right now, if it's clear, but it's just really, really bad audio. Okay, so like that type of audio was what I was receiving from that microphone or from that speaker whenever I would do shows out loud. And mind you, again, we're in a closed space, so it was maybe louder than it actually was, but when it gets to those higher volumes in an outer space, it gets super crackly and it's hard to hear. It cuts out too, so it's very hard to hear, and that's just what I was dealing with for a while, so that's why we are on a new system. So right now I'm going to switch up the speakers. I'm going to move the microphone to the Eon 700, or this particular one is 715 because it's 15 inches. So let's do it. All right, and so now this is the audio with the JBL Eon 715. As you can see, it's significantly more clear. All I really did was I downloaded the mobile app. It's a remote app that allows you to adjust like the gain and some of the inputs. And after just doing some basic like updating the firmware and stuff, it sounds significantly better. And I don't know if you can notice a difference. Maybe the audio from the camera can pick up from the original JBL. This speaker sounds so much better, especially for the volume and the microphone and the audio. And the cool thing about the speaker is that it has built-in ducking, which means that when I play music, the music's gonna go down as I'm speaking, and when I stop speaking, the music's gonna come back up. So it's nice because especially if I'm doing some sort of overlay where, let's say I have my fire knife with me, right? Let's say I'm doing some spinning and I'm talking with the audience, ask them for like some cheer during the music, that's when they can hear my voice and they can hear it nice and clear and they can cheer and whatnot, and it's nice and smooth. So this is really nice because again, it gives me the ability to have my hands clear so I can spin and do some sort of action with my hands versus having to hold the microphone and I have one hand on my fire knife. So it's, again, super nice to have this movement and to just be able to move around and walk freely. And I was testing a little bit of kind of the interference, and you know, as long as I don't get too close to the microphone, it'll be a lot better. And I can also adjust the gain on this from the app so that if I do need it to be louder, I can make it louder so that more people can hear me further away. Or I can also just adjust the microphone closer to my mouth so that I get more audio directly from my voice. Because right now, if you can see, it's not clearly onto my mouth, it's a little bit distance away. But if I wanted to make it a little bit more clear, then I can tape it closer to my mouth. So yeah, let's add some music. Let's shake these up and dance and see if it works. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out. Make the roof on fire. Now baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Luke Embers. Thank you for watching my show. I'm on fireball. Oh yeah, can you hear that? The ducking works. And it sounds pretty clear, especially if I talk over the microphone, or when I talk over the music, the microphone sounds good. Alright. Sounds good. Microphone sounds nice and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Luke Embers, the fire dancer from Chicago. Let's add the music. Let's add the volume up a little bit more. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's where the ducking really comes in. Are you guys on fire? Fireball. Man, I am digging this microphone. Definitely works. I was doing this outside, man, I get so many crazy looks, but I definitely like the speaker so much more. I think it's nice. I can also connect it directly to my iPhone so that I can walk around and play the music if I need to. I can raise it up right now if I need to, like that. And there's built-in ducking too, which is great because when I'm talking while performing, it just allows me to have my voice clear. And that was the major issue that I had with the JBL Party Box. So while I really did enjoy having this as a start, as I'm trying to get better with my shows, trying to be more professional. I'm definitely gonna have to use a more professional speaker system like the JBL Eon 750, but I don't want to just throw this thing away. So I think using the JBL Party Box will be a lot better for shows where I just don't necessarily need to speak at all, because this has the built-in handle to it, so I can roll it around if I need to, and I don't necessarily have to worry about bringing this whole system. But when I'm doing more shows that are specifically for weddings or higher end events, having this setup is going to be so much better than just having a speaker out in place and just having wires and everything all over the place. So I think this is really good to have, and I feel it's a lot cleaner. I hope you think it's a lot cleaner, because it just makes sure that I'm coming off as professional, and that's part of the brand too, to make it nice and clean, professional, that this is something that people can trust to hire and to know that it'll be a good time. So this is just some of the things that go into a performer, right? And just the things that go behind the scenes when it comes to creating a show that people watch and people pay for. So this is just a little bit, again, how I'm trying to progress and grow as a performer, as a business owner and entertainer. And I think this is definitely a step in the right direction, because it's super clean, it's super nice, and it is very convenient and professional looking. So I don't know about you, but I am super excited to use this in the field and to practice with it more and just continue to develop my show. So that's all I got for you guys though. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like always, be what remains, and I'll see you next time. Peace.